So I am behind on my harvesting. I don't want to lose things, so I'm going to come out here and harvest some herbs and get them in the process of being dried and stored. I just finished making dinner and I had to come out here and get some sage and some parsley and oregano and rosemary, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to harvest some of this stuff. So that's what I'm about to do now. Okay, harvest round 1 complete. I took off some basil, rosemary, some dill, purple basil, sage, and stevia. That's all I could fit in my basket here. Look at this, this is gorgeous. So this is pretty good, so I'm gonna come back. I'm not even touching the peppermint because that's just a whole monster within itself. But round 1 is done, so I'll come back out and do some more after that. Put that peppermint there. This is the orange and the apple in the back. I need to really cut that down. So I'll come back out and get that done. I'd like to get some of this thyme as well. What I noticed with my marjoram back there is that underneath the places go dead. I don't want that to happen. And I noticed that that happens often with also the thyme. So I definitely want to get that before that happens. So I want to come back out here and get some more of that. What you doing, Sammy?
Taking the sage off these stems and putting them into the little drying pans to put them on the food dryer. I couldn't think of the word for it.
The dehydrator?
Yeah, the dehydrator.
Okay. How many trays of sage have you done so far?
So right now I've done 3, but before we already had 2 ones.
Get a lot of sage harvested there. There's 2 there. Yep. African blue basil's on the bottom one. And then there's 3 here. The 3rd one here. We did some stevia. Just drying it, crushing it up, and putting it in its jars. We still have left to do. We still have the basil to get done. Our lavender is simmering on the stove, so we can make some more sprays and stuff for that. And yeah, we're getting there. For just today. Like I said, still some more stuff I gotta harvest outside. I haven't even gotten to the peppermint yet, but I got my jars labeled for them. They're just waiting to be filled. So peppermint. Oh, there is one peppermint back there that's already filled. Sweet mint. I got chamomile that's gonna come. Some more, a big jar of sage. Yes, Silas. Yes. Lavender jar, which has already been used and emptied, and then the 2nd peppermint jar, and apple mint jar, and orange mint jar. So we're waiting to get these filled. It's mint-tastic. Yeah. Y'all, I'm beat. So I just had to get some weeding done. Well, for one, like around all the, oh my gosh, so much stuff. Whew, around all the corners, like, and like behind the garden, we have lilies that were growing, and I just wanted them gone, so I just chopped them down with the weed eater, the weed whacker. But I got the corn planted. It's in. So I need to stake it. Until they get, well, not until they'll be staked forever, but I'm so tired, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. But some of them had bent a little bit, so we stacked it really to the top. The plant itself, like the part that was in the original 4-inch pot, is planted like all the way down there. So I got them deeply down, but some of them were leaning just from overnight when they were sitting out here. They were kind of leaning over and the wind, and so I hope they make it. And I'm gonna stake them, so I need to get a bunch of stakes, just like the same kind that I have for the peppers and the tomatoes. And I will put them in there, tie it to it in one spot, and that should hold them up so we don't have any problems with the wind. But I'm just glad that they're finally planted. And we're also gonna have to put some caging around them, fencing or something, because the squirrels like to come in and destroy them. So there's that. Did some pruning a little bit in the, what is that, cucumbers down the bottom, because I wanted the leaves, you know, airflow to be able to get through there. So I took out some leaves on the bottom and pulled some of the vines up and got them stacked, not stacked, but kind of laying on the cage fencing that I put on here. I got two. Took two off. They're there. Tomatoes are doing well. Most of them. This one here that's leaning like crazy has it had a lot of curled up leaves. I think it's from the needing water while we were gone. So I gave everything over here a good watering. I'm gonna have to put another stake in here to try to hold this up, because this, it's just like so loose in there. I think because it's the big pole, they don't do as well, I guess. So I gotta fix that. This one was also leaning. I put this on here just to hold that up. There's nothing inside of it, but it will just kind of give it something to lean on. So it's weird because the three right here, this one, and then that little flower pot, they all seem to have not gotten a lot of water or something, because they all look dried up, as you can see. But the tomatoes still producing good tomatoes, so I guess it'll be okay. This one has a side shoot coming, so I'm gonna let that side shoot take over and get rid of this piece, because it's really curled up. But there's definitely more tomatoes coming, so you can see all these here coming. Lots of them coming. So hopefully they just keep on producing. This one, I have some yellowing leaves on here, but nothing too bad yet, so I'll see what happens. I'll just prune a little bit off of here, and I'll let that go and see if it recovers. You don't have to take off all of your leaves just because you got a few, but all the rest of them are doing very well. They're doing very well. Squirrels. I want to remember what I picked up here. This prickly one is from here. Pick a bushel. And then the smooth one is from here. Boston pickling, I believe. Which is weird because this is also, or is that one from that over there? Yeah, this is, okay, Boston pickling is different. It doesn't have all the pricklies on it. Cindy's over here. Feeding the chickens and the ducks from the bowl, not the bowl from her scooper. Is it good, Vader?